You can tell me things are bad when you get shot. Remember Minneapolis and the riots over the summer? The instructions from the police to let criminals do what they want and for citizens to do as the criminals say? Progressives living in Minneapolis are continuing to learn the hard way about progressive voting habits and progressive government. Back in the 70s, they started voting in hard left politicians and judges and police chiefs and administrators who were really fashionable Democrats, the cool politicians. These held a contempt for tradition and then acted as though they were above the law and better than the law. The law was a kind of oppressive holdover institution of the city, and the city, which the city could do without, they believed, because the city was now progressive and tolerant and compassionate and modern and fashionably free from rules. And so as a consequence, what happened? The city has developed a culture which does not know how to govern with law and order. The city protects lawlessness in its courts, in its offices, its bureaucrats, and on its streets. So what can citizens do when old-fashioned crime comes to their neighborhoods? Today, desperate residents in North Minneapolis are suing the city over a lack of law enforcement. In June, the city council, you may remember this, unanimously approved a pledge to seek the replacement of its police department with a so-called community-led public safety system. That's progressive, that's compassionate, and that's cool. And now, after June, violent crime is up some 20% at least. Resident Kathy Spann says this, quote, "Every single night on any block of this neighborhood, you can hear gunshots. Every single freaking night," she says. And in court this week, Spann and 7 of her neighbors asked a judge for help. They were bringing a lawsuit. And then city attorney stood up and told the judge, the lawsuit has no standing because none of the plaintiffs have been hit by gunfire. And so one of the plaintiffs, named Sandra, commented, "So to get standing and bring a lawsuit, we need to take a bullet?" We've seen our neighbors take bullets. We know the 20-year-old, we know the 6-month-old who's in the car when her mom gets shot up. So this entrenched progressive government has been progressing toward tolerance of lawlessness as the preferred culture, and that's what they've got now. They like things gritty and real, and now they've got gritty and real and lawless from the streets to the courts. There simply is no law enforcement in a progressive culture. The city council consists today of 12 Democrats and 1 Green Party member, 0 Republicans. The Democratic Party is the establishment system there in Minneapolis, which protects inhumane cops, career criminals, and unjust judges. The problem in Minnesota now is not systemic racism, but it's systemic politically correct cowardice. And here's the lesson. Appeasing and rewarding criminals is cultural suicide. And my prediction is this. You can get shot, and you can live through it, and then you can file charges, and then you will probably be the one in trouble for appealing to the law.